So good morning, all. We're starting. It's Judith. It's a 1-hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. So welcome. If you've been here for many moons, if you're brand new, welcome. Love to see all of you here. Thanks for being here. So the props we use in this class would be a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, you could substitute it with a folded blanket, perhaps, or a beach towel, preferably on a padded surface like a carpet. Otherwise, your joints will be complaining if you're on a hard floor like tile or wood. A couple of yoga blocks are great props to have as well. So these are the styrofoam version. They're nice and light. They're available online in big box stores. And if you don't have them, you could substitute with a couple of canned goods, perhaps with washcloths on top, just to cushion it as a substitute. I have a rolled up actual towel with rubber bands. That's like a fake bolster. I have a squishy mat, but you can also use small cushions from the bed or the sofa. Here is a traditional yoga strap, but if you don't have one available today, it's easy to substitute with a scarf or a dog leash or a belt or a bathrobe tie. Any of those will work. And then optional would be hand weights. Now, some of you might have hand weights lying about. I'd recommend nothing heavier than 2 pounds. This is a set of 1-pounders. Set of 2-pounders are fine. Anything heavier than that, you lift at your own risk, okay? If you're used to it, that's great, but I wouldn't recommend getting overzealous. We don't want people to get hurt. And then if you're injured, you can't move, so. And then last but not least, a chair. This is a standard metal type of folding chair, no arms, no wheels. We will use it for balance. You can use it to help with balance. You could use a wall to help with balance if you have an available wall or a piece of furniture that doesn't move. So just bear that in mind. And if you have questions, I'll be available at the end of class. So, save questions, comments, and we'll talk then. So let's take the feet a little bit wider than hip distance, maybe about shoulder width apart. We're going to start very slowly by swinging those arms like empty coat sleeves or wet spaghetti noodles arms. So we're starting out very gently to warm the body, nothing violent. And you're basically shifting the weight from side to side. And as you shift from side to side, you're going to twist and look over each shoulder. If you want to add a little bit more balance challenge, as you twist to one side, the opposite heel could lift. But if you still need the stability of flat feet on the earth, please go for that. And we'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep twisting and turning. This time now, we're going to deliberately tap the front of the torso, and the back hand will tap the kidneys. They're up a little higher. And we're getting some stimulation here, some gentle stimulation for those organs, pumping in fresh blood and life force for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep twisting and turning. Now it's a soft fist, or perhaps the heel of the hand. As you twist and look over the shoulder, you're tapping directly under the collarbone, the clavicle, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep turning and twisting. Now you're going to pat yourself on the shoulder. We just tapped on the front part of the lung point in reflexology. Now we're tapping on the back upper point of the lung for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly, slowly unwinding. No rushing, no abrupt stopping, just a little slowing down. Maybe the feet can come about under the shoulders or hip distance now. Let's just start tapping your hip bones. Soft fist here, it could be the flat of the hand. You can decide what works. So we're waking up the energy channels. We're going to move over to the sides of the hips here now. Yeah, the sides of the hips. And then we're going to go around and we're going to tap on the bum. So you get your bum tapped here. And then when that feels complete, you're going to go on up to the kidneys again and tap on those kidneys, waking them up. And then we're going to go down the side of the body, the legs, the outer sides of the legs, the yang side, all the way down to the ankles. You're going to come up the inside of the legs, the yin meridians, up the inside. And then we're going to return back to the hips. So we'll do this whole sequence 2 more times. Tapping on your hip bones, getting over here to the side of the hips, moving around to the buttocks, the derriere, woo, and then up towards those kidneys. Don't forget the kidneys, very important. And then back down the sides of the legs, the outer edges of the legs, up the insides of the legs. This is fun to do in the morning if you really want to wake it up. If you're stiff when you wake up in the morning and you can't move very well, this is a nice way to wake things up. Go ahead, outside the legs, inside of the legs, and then one more time back to the hips. Let's go ahead and just start circling now around the navel. This way, helping digestion, elimination, helping things moving along into the colon, moving it around for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come to stillness. Hands can slip here into hip crease or waist. The feet are hip distance apart. Toes point forward. You're going to inhale. Knees track over toes. Feet are going to stay flat for this one. Exhale as you straighten. Inhale, bend the knees. Feet stay flat. Exhale as you straighten. For 8, torso stays upright. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1. Little pumps here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, remembering to breathe. 2, 1, very nice. Re-straighten the legs. Let's go a little bit wider with the feet now. Toes can point out 30 to 45 degrees. Make sure you feel stable with that width, whatever it may be. The knees will still track over toes. Inhale, big squat. Torso stays upright. The temptation will be to lurch forward. Avoid that if you can. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 8, for as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Wake up those legs. 1, re-straighten. Very nice. Adjust the width if you feel like you need to do that. We're going to lift right heel, place it down. Lift left heel, place it down. Lifting and pressing. Lifting and pressing for 8, 7, 6, 5. Spread the toes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And you're going to come on up, straighten the legs. Let's heel toe the feet together, or you could step the feet together. Again, they're directly under the hips. The toes point forward. Let's do a little bouncing here with the heels. And this is just getting everything circulating, blood flow, the flow of chi, lymph flow. And if you're bouncing, lifting the heels, you're also working on bone density. So consider this a sort of meditation and motion. Keep lifting those heels, and you can move the rest of the body any way that feels good. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then Slowly, slowly coming down to stillness. Let's roll the shoulders. Forward, up, back, and down. Yeah. Big full breaths, drawing circles in the air with your shoulders for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Going the other direction. Nice and easy. This direction might feel different than the other way. You're just noticing, making notes, mental notes. No judgment here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's take the legs a little bit wider. Let's take a big breath here. Inhale, soft knees. Exhale, stretch the arms up to the sky. I'm modifying. I have a shoulder issue. Modify as you need. Inhale. Exhale, knees bend. Stretch it up. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat the arms back up and then climb an imaginary rope here. The idea here is to keep the chest square to the front of your space or your screen, so you're not torquing off left or right. And you're giving a nice tug to those intercostal muscles attaching to the side ribs here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Arms stretch out, parallel to the earth. Let's bend the elbows. The palms face the floor. Basically, what we're going to do here is pinch the shoulder blades. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So you're really opening the chest. You're dropping shoulders away from ears for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to neutral. Take the legs slightly wider. Now extend the arms out to the side. Little pulses with arms straight. Palms can face the floor. Do your best to drop the shoulders away from your ears for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming to stillness now. Spread the fingers wide. You're stretching the fingers wide. You're going to rotate the thumb towards the earth. Maybe you're going to rotate it to the back wall, but you're not going to force it. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Re-rotate now. Thumbs come forward. Fingers are still spread wide. Thumbs face the ceiling. Thumbs face the back wall. Maybe they face the floor, but don't force anything, please. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly rotate the thumbs forward. Float the arms down. Oh, it's okay to say ow. Rotate the humerus bone into the shoulder girdle here. You're remembering to breathe, that 3-part Durga breath. Filling it, filling it, filling it, and then squeezing out all the stale air. And now one more time. Let's go ahead, inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. So now we're coming into these forward folds, getting used to being upside down. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Let's stay down here. Let's go ahead. I'll do this in profile. We're in a standard forward fold, Uttanasana. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. And then maybe little micro bends with the knees here. If the fingers don't reach the mat, and if you have blocks, you could place their hands on the blocks. That brings the floor up closer to you. Or hands could be on thighs if you need some more support. And you're breathing and you're stretching that low back nice and out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come to stillness, hands rest on the ankles. Inhale, drag the hands up the shins, halfway, back is flat. Serving tea on your back, no spilling, right? Inhale, forward fold. Exhale as you lift, or exhale as you go down. And inhale as you lift. You can use the breathing as it feels right to you. Lifting and pressing. Let's do 4, 3, squeeze the abdominals. 2, 1. Very nice. Now the hands flow up the legs all the way to standing, stacking your bones, rolling the shoulders when you come up to height. Standing, nice and easy. Let's do 3-part Durga breath here. 1 hand on heart, 1 hand on belly. Inhale, belly expands, rib cage expands, collarbones lift. You're pausing at the top. Exhaling, collarbones, rib cage, belly, squeezing out all the air at the bottom. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, pausing at the top. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly, squeezing out all the air at the bottom. 2 more just like that on your own. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Very nice, shaking it out. Let's go ahead and interlace the fingers behind the back of the body. We're going to stretch it out here. So the idea is to stretch the arms away. It's not resting. The hands don't rest comfortably on the bum. You're going to open the chest as you stretch out those arms for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fists now are going to migrate over to the right hip. See if you can keep the chest square to the front of your space, not torquing off to the left. You're getting a big stretch on the left shoulder girdle. Think of the head as a helium balloon floating up to the sky. 4 corners of each foot rooting into the earth for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the fists come back down through center, gently resting on the left hip. The tendency will be to torque off to the right. Try to avoid that. You're getting a big stretch on the right shoulder girdle here. You're standing tall, abdominals are engaged for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Coming back to center, extending the arms long and then shaking them out. Let's bring them forward. Let's take the legs wide here. Let's go ahead and take hands to hip crease or waist. And you're going to go about halfway down. Let's interlace the fingers here. And you're just going to start swinging those arms from side to side. If you need to be near your chair or your wall for support, feel free to add those for support. We don't want anybody to fall. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And back to center. Let's come into a forward fold here. The legs are still wide. We're going to shake the head yes. We're going to shake the head no. We're in a wide-legged forward fold. You're going to take the right hand, grab outside of left ankle. Right hand grabs outside of left ankle. And then that left arm is going to either float up to the sky as you press your chest close to the top of the left thigh, or the left hand could rest on the sacrum if that straight arm is too much. So we're twisting here to the left. You're getting acquainted with your hamstrings on the left leg here for 4, 3, 2, 1. You have a straight arm on top, little circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down, back to center. It's outside of the right ankle. Left hand grabs outside of right ankle. You're pressing the chest close to the top of the right thigh. The right arm can float up to the sky, or it could rest on the sacrum for 4, 3, 2, 1. If the arm is straight, little circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down, coming back to center. Left hand grabs outside of left ankle, right hand grabs outside of right ankle. The toes can point out. You're going to track knees over toes. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then hands can come to the center. You can heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. And then you're going to drag the hands up the legs, resting the hands on thighs, stacking the bones, rolling the shoulders. And from here, let's just drop the chin to the center of the chest. Roll right ear to right shoulder. Oh, come back down to center, scraping something off of your chin onto the chest, left ear to left shoulder. And the two sides may not feel the same. They may not have the same range of motion. So you're just noticing that. There's no judgment there. You're just observing. Oh. A few more sweeps just like this, side to side. Again, noticing range of motion on the left and noticing range of motion on the right. Let's come back down to center. The chin floats parallel to the earth. Now the face just turns to the right. Come back to center. The face turns to the left. And you're going to just keep moving side to side. Again, making mental notes of range of motion on the left and the right. Noticing any soreness or tight areas, you can breathe into those places. Let's come back to center and just drop right ear to right shoulder. Leave the shoulders dropping away from the ears. Come back to center. Drop left ear to left shoulder. Moving side to side. Little bobbing with the head. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center. Taking our hands, the 4 fingers come together. They meet the thumb. Little bird beak hands. Tapping the center of the chest. We tapped on our hips and legs. Now we're going to tap on the upper body. And you can go up and down the torso here. Here, right in the center of the chest is, of course, the heart, but the thymus gland is there as well. This is a little thymus thump. And the thymus governs immunity, fighting off all the beasties, the germs that are there lurking. And let's extend the right arm now. And let's go on over down to the inside of the arm, and either with your bird beak hands or the flat of your fingers, go down the inside of that right arm, flip the arm, go up the outside of the arm. When you come up to the head and neck, just tap on that area there because this part of the shoulder and neck gets really tight. Let's go back down the inside, the yin side of the right arm. Flip the arm, go up the yang side, the outside of the arm. And then you're going to tap again on your neck and shoulder area. One last time, going down the inside of that right arm. Back up the outside of the arm. Oh. And now you can really keep tapping here at the neck and shoulders, or you can take your fingers and just start kneading that big meaty muscle that's right here where the neck connects to the shoulders. And once you feel like you've done a good job massaging that and loosening it there, take the 4 fingers, the left hand around the right side of the neck. Inhale. Exhale, drag the fingers to the left and turn the head and the neck to the right. Come back again to the neutral position. 4 fingers wrap around the right side of the neck. And you look to the right as the fingers drag to the left. Oh, this should feel good. Let's do 2 more in this way. Wrapping and massaging your neck. Oh, yeah. Last time, inhaling and exhaling, turning the head and the face to the right and coming back with your bird hands. You're going to start tapping the torso and the thymus again, up and down, waking it up. And then we're going to extend the left arm and we're going to come down the inside of the left arm, tapping. Come back, flip the arm up the outside, come on up. And here you're going to massage the neck and the shoulder. It's nice and tight. It's like, on me, it's like concrete. So back down the inside of the arm, back up the outside of the arm. Don't forget your neck and shoulder. Lots of love there as you come on down the inside one more time and back up the outside, the yang meridians. You're going to tap here by the neck and shoulders. Maybe you want to knead your fingers and get into that big meaty muscle there up by the neck and the shoulder girdle. Oh, and one side might feel more tender than the other. Once you feel like you've done a nice softening here, taking your 4 fingers, you're going to wrap it around the left side of the neck. You drag the fingers to the right as the face turns to the left. Oh. Coming back again, wrapping the fingers around the outside of the neck, turning it to the left as you drag the fingers to the right. 2 more, just like that. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Very nice. Let's come back to center, shake everything out, and then clear your space, your mat of your props. And if you have blocks, place them at the narrow end of your mat. I'm going to move the chair off to one side. And then facing that narrow end of your mat or your imaginary mat, inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Just a few of these. Inhale up, swan dive. Exhale forward, lifting and pressing. The next time we go up, we're going to stay down as we swan dive forward. Hands can come to mat, maybe to blocks. The head can hang on this one. And you're going to micro bend the knees left and right as you again stretch out that low back. Another area that gets nice and tight. So we're giving some love to the low back, stretching and bending each leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Legs come to stillness, stepping back into your best version of downward facing dog. The hands are spread, the fingers are spread wide. The arms are straight, pushing forward. The body's in a triangle shape. And here you can bicycle pedal the heels, wag your dog tail, walk on your dog for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come to stillness, float the knees down to the earth, get onto the mat as best you can. I'm grabbing my rolled towel here. We're coming into child's pose. So it could be big toes together, knees wide apart. Maybe a rolled towel behind your knees. Maybe as you push that bum back towards the heels. The arms could go forward on the mat, or they could be by the legs on the mat. The thighs could also be in parallel if you don't want to do big toes together, knees wide apart. could stack the palms and rest the forehead there, or stack fists, rest the forehead there, or take a block if you have one, a low block, and just and once you melt into the earth. Maybe there's little marks left to right, side to side, east to west that might feel, maybe not. You can choose. 4, 3, 2. Very nice. Child's to the right at a 45-degree angle. And maybe you want to rock that right hip a little bit. Little wiggles, little micro movements, but maybe not. Maybe the static press feels good. Very arms go on the earth to the right. The left hip. Maybe there's little wiggles. And then coming back to center, slowly pressing yourself up right into neutral table. No rush to get there. And here's an opportunity to pad the knees. You might have an extra blanket or towel, or maybe a squishy mat to pad the knees. The knees get very crabby as we age, so we're going to be very kind to our knees. And then from here, either hands on low blocks or hands on the mat, shoulders over elbows, hips over knees. Let's tuck the 10 toes here, and let's just rock back and forth on those feet. Again, paying some love and attention to our feet. And maybe if you want to sit back on your heels, a lot of people find that no problem. Other people find it extremely challenging. So find your middle way here as you rock back and forth, or you could sit on your heels for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to neutral table, untuck the toes, pound the tops of the feet on your mat for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then from here, hands can come in those upper corners of the narrow end of the mat, and let's just circle those hips just to press out any tension that might have crept in there. Oh, you might want to go all the way back to your heels, but maybe you don't. Just circle those hips one more time in this direction, and then circle in the other direction. Oh, nice and easy for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to your neutral, let's go find our way to sitting slowly, slowly. Yes, yes, yes. Now here you might want to fold an extra blanket to sit on or not. And that will help tilt the pelvic bowl forward. It's like you're spilling water out of the pelvic bowl. And as you find your way either onto your folded blanket or whatever, find your way into easy pose, Sukhasana. I'm using these blocks to prop my thighs so I'm not gripping here in the hip crease, attempting to hold the legs up, all right? And if this cross-legged version doesn't work, you can stretch your legs long, slide 2 blocks if you've got them under the knees for extra support, and here you're all set up with legs straight. So either Sukhasana or straight legs. You might be sitting on a folded blanket. You might want to pull flush away from the sits bones. And then either grabbing the knees or the shins, let's just start circling the torso in a circular fashion. Again, saying hello to our internal organs. They're busy working all the time, 24/7. So give them a squeeze and send some love. One more time in this direction. Oh, and then circle the other way. Again, you're helping your digestion here, your elimination, keeping everything flowing and moving. So you're inhaling forward and you're exhaling back, squeezing the navel to spine. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, and then coming right back to center. If you've had, let's go ahead and take the arms all the way up to the sky. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Hands are going to land somewhere in front of you on the mat. Spread the fingers wide. Press the palms into the mat. Maybe there's little micro movements here with the torso. Maybe it's a static press. We're really stretching open those inner thigh areas. They get nice and tight as well, especially if you're a person that does biking or hiking. Certain sets of muscles get strengthened, but other sets of muscles get overlooked. So we're going to stretch them out. Let's go ahead and tiptoe over to the right. Oh, here again, it could be little rocks, little micro movements or nothing. It could be static press. Say hello to your knee and thigh. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. You're going to tiptoe slowly through and then tiptoe over to the left. You're grounding through the right sits bones. It could be static press. It could be little micro movements here. Say hello to your knee and thigh. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And then coming back to center. Let's tiptoe the hands back towards the body, towards the torso. You're sitting back upright. If your legs are folded, reverse the position of the feet. Back foot in front foot in back. Again, the same idea, floating the arms up, inhale up, exhale over. Oh, this fold of the legs might feel different if you're doing folded leg version. Oh, I like the little rocks, loosening up any tight areas in that low back. Let's tiptoe over to the right. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Tiptoeing over to the left. Breathing. Maybe static press, maybe little rocks. Breathing into the back body. Don't forget the back body. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to center. Coming back slowly. Let's go ahead and extend the legs, shake them out. You just windshield wiper your legs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Bringing those to stillness, you can bend the right leg and we just start tapping our legs. So starting at the lower legs, you can give a nice tap or massage to the shin and the calves. And then when you hear come up to your knee, I would just recommend a nice slow massage, no pounding. The knees get very, particular. So we'll be very nice to the knees. And then we're going to pat all the way around the thigh. And bringing that to stillness. You're still working on the right leg. One hand is going to start massaging behind the back of the right knee. And here again, that's a place where the lymph likes to dump. And the lymph doesn't have a pumping mechanism. So when we move our joints or when we massage our joints or our limbs or our body, you're assisting the lymph to move. Let's circle the other direction on this back of the right knee. Very gently. And then one more time, starting at the ankle. Work your way all the way up the leg. Be nice to that knee. Up to the thigh. And then back down to the ankle, just draw the energy up the leg. You can touch the leg or the fingertips can just hover. You draw energy up the leg. One more time. Oh, very nice. And then noticing what that leg feels like compared to the other leg. Let's start tapping the left calf and shin. Bringing blood flow to the surface. Waking it up. And then gently caress your left knee. Yeah, just a little gentle massage there, and then up to the thigh. And then from here, we're going to take one hand behind the back of the left knee, and it's going to be circling and massaging the back of the left knee. Again, assisting the lymph to move. The lymph does a lot of monitoring of nasty things, and it takes it away, and then it flushes it out of the body. Let's circle the other direction behind the back of the left knee. So the lymph is very important. It can get very sluggish because the blood is pumped by the heart. The lymph doesn't have the pumping. So we're our own pumping mechanism here. Let's bring that to circling to stillness. Let's just go ahead and go all the way up the leg, caressing the knee and then tapping the thigh. And then starting at the ankle, we're just going to draw the energy up the leg. You can touch the leg or the fingers can be hovering near the leg. Dragging it up. One more time. Last one. Inhale up. Very nice. And then noticing how those legs might feel a little more energized, hopefully. Let's go ahead and face the narrow end of the mat. The toes point forward, the legs and feet are hip distance apart. Let's go ahead and either grab shins or thighs, back of thighs, avoid the knee joint. Inhale forward, exhale back and squeeze. Navel to spine, inhale forward, exhale back and squeeze. Let's do 4, 3, 2, stay back on 1. So drop shoulders away from ears, lift the chest, tuck the chin. You're breathing, navel to spine, squeezing abdominals. The one lower leg might want to come up. Maybe a second lower leg might want to come up. You might want to hang on to the backs of your thighs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay right here. Maybe the arms come away, but maybe not. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Little open, little squeeze, little open, little squeeze for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Feet come down. Thank goodness. Going forward, inhaling forward, and now rolling it all the way down as you move down onto the mat, lying onto your Mother Earth. Knees come into the chest, rock side to side, maybe. Back of the neck is long on the mat, so try not to have that chin pointing up to the sky. And it could be little east to west rocks here, or it could be circles with the knees, either in tandem or in opposition. If you choose to circle, circle both directions. Oh, nice and gentle. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come to stillness, draw them into the chest, separate the knees wide, and then grab with your hands, either the ankles or the shins, and let the weight of the arm open up the hip crease. Now the feet are floating in the air on this one. Let's flex and point the feet. Spread the toes wide, circle the ankles. So you can come up with any combination of that foot choreography. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then bringing that to stillness, you can close the knees. The feet return to earth. The knees are still bent. Take the feet mat width apart. Arms are in T position. That's windshield wiper those bent knees side to side. So the idea is to keep the shoulder blades on the earth as you windshield wiper. Nice and gentle for 4, 3, 2, 1. Next time the knees drop to the left, leave them there. Maybe the face and the neck want to look to the right. But if it bothers your neck to look to the right, you can skip it. I like to do little pulses with my right hip now, like I'm aiming my right hip to where the wall meets the ceiling. Little pulses, or it could just be a static press. You can choose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Coming back to center. Recalibrating. Feet are mat width apart. Realign the spine. Bent knees, windshield wipers side to side. Recalibrating. Massaging the entire back body. Next time the knees drop to the right, leave them there. Maybe the face and the neck want to look to the left. Again, if it bothers your neck to look to the side, just skip it. And now I'm thinking about my left hip, and I'm going to pulse it up to where the wall meets the ceiling. Little pulses just to open up the hips a little bit more for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center, realigning the spine, crown of head lines up with tailbone, feet mat width apart, windshield wiper those knees side to side. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Knees come back to point to the sky. Drag those feet close to your bum. Maybe you can touch your heels with your fingertips, but maybe not. Make sure the back of the neck is long. Let's cross the left ankle over top of right thigh. I'm not mirroring you for this. So left ankle on top of right thigh. The left hand is going to go through the space between the two legs. You're going to float that right foot off of the earth. So now this is called like a figure 4. You're drawing that right thigh into the chest with a steady pressure. The left elbow is gently prying open the left bent knee. So you're getting a steady pressure on the right, a steady pressure on the left. Think about dropping the tailbone to the earth. Both feet are flexed. Now you're going to also externally rotate both feet. You should immediately feel it in your outer left hip for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay right here. The right knee is bent. Inhale, right knee bends. Exhale, right leg straightens. Inhale, bend right knee. Exhale, straighten right leg. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Keep the right leg straight on 1. Now, both feet are still flexed. Both are still externally rotated. You're going to circle the whole package of legs like you're using the sole of your right foot to clean a spot on the ceiling. So you're circling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to stillness. Rebend right knee. Right foot floats back down to earth. Left thigh crosses over top of right thigh. No space between the two thighs. It's like you're sitting in a chair. Arms are in T position. You might want to braid the lower legs together, but if not, that's not available, don't worry. The bent knees drop to the right. See if you can keep the shoulder blades on the earth. Maybe look to the left. Again, if it bothers your neck to look to the left, skip it. I'm doing little tiny pulses with my bent right knees, to the knees dropping to the right. Let's do 4. You don't have to pulse. You could be a static press. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Coming back to center, unwinding the legs very, very slowly. Draw the knees into the chest. Realign the spine. There we go. Oh. And let's just extend the legs and just shake them out between sides just to make sure everyone is still flowing properly. And then take the feet back to earth. Now, right ankle crosses over top of left thigh. Right ankle crosses over top of left thigh. The right hand floats between the two legs. Fingers interlace behind the back of the left thigh. The left foot is floating. This is a figure 4 with the legs. So it's a steady press with the left thigh into the chest, no pulsing. Right elbow is a steady press opening that right bent leg. The tailbone drops to the earth. Both feet are flexed. Now both feet also externally rotate. You should feel it in your outer right hip, I do declare. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay right here. Left knee is bent. Inhale, bend left knee. Exhale, straighten left leg. The foot is still flexed. It's still externally rotated. Inhale, bend left knee. Exhale, straighten left leg. Let's do 4, 3, 2, keep it straight on 1, and circle the whole package of legs. It's like you're cleaning a spot on the ceiling with the sole of the left foot. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Coming to stillness, rebend left knee, left foot floats to earth. Right thigh crosses over top of left thigh. Right thigh crosses over top of left thigh. Maybe you want to braid the lower legs. Maybe you don't. Drop the knees to the left. Face looks to the right. Maybe if it bothers your neck, don't skip that part. Just look at the ceiling. And I'm doing little pulses here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center, unwinding your legs, and then unfolding them, drawing the knees into the chest, perhaps, maybe shaking the legs, giving them a little loosening up, shake them out. Very nice. Let's take the palms underneath the bum. The legs stay upright, so your legs are perpendicular to the body. We're going to lift. See if you can lift the whole lower part of the body up. It may not get very far, but you're going to squeeze those abdominals to assist that. So it's exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And let's draw the knees into the chest again one more time, rocking side to side. And breathing, recollecting. Let's grab a strap if you've got one. If you don't, you can grab behind your thighs. I've looped the strap around the balls of both feet. I'm extending the legs into a big wide V. And now I'm going to rock from side to side. Oh, this should be very soothing and comforting. A little self-soothing, a little more massage for the back body. Stretching open those legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to center. Legs come together. Strap goes away. And then you're coming back down to earth. Let's straighten the legs. As straight as you can get them. And the arms could be 30 and 45 degrees. Same for the legs. We're in Shavasana now, resting pose, corpse pose. You might want to roll something under the knees, and that will protect the low back if you have a cranky low back. If flat on the back is impossible, return to feet mat width apart, knock the knees together like a tent in the middle. Restorative rest. If on the back is impossible, rolling onto one side, stacking hips and legs, resting the head on the upper arm or perhaps a block or a pillow in a block or a cushion in a block. If you have an available wall, you want to put your legs up the wall, that's an option. Or you could sit in the chair. Feet flat, palms placed on the thighs. If the palms are facing downward, that's grounding and stability. If the palms face upward, it's to receive any special messages from the universe. And then once you've organized your arms and your legs, going ahead and letting the eyes drop closed, noticing the natural breath, and noticing any tension that might remain, breathing, and breathing into those areas where there might still be some tension. And then on the next inhale, imagining deep relaxation forming in the soles of the feet. And that relaxation is going to go all the way up into the ankles and the low legs, and then the knees. So there's a softness, a relaxation enveloping the knees. The softness moves into the thighs, allowing legs and feet to become very, very heavy. And then it moves into the hips, the pelvis, the buttocks, the low back releases. And from there, it moves into the waist and the torso, enveloping all those vital organs, marinating those vital organs in this deep relaxation. From there, it moves into the chest and shoulders, rolling down both arms all the way to the fingertips, all the way to the fingertips. And then it moves into the throat and the neck. And then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases, the face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart, eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light envelops the entire body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And here's a quote from our friend Pema Chodron from her book, Comfortable with Uncertainty. And this is from a chapter called Relax as It Is. A 12th century Tibetan yogi who sang wonderful songs about the proper way to meditate said that the mind has more projections than there are dust motes in a sunbeam. The point is not to try to get rid of thoughts, but rather to see their true nature. Thoughts will run us around in circles if we buy into them, but really they are like dream images. They are like an illusion, not really all that solid. They are, as we say, just thinking. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to do that. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, Samastiti. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you stand in the light of your own true self. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.